I cannot believe it is only 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, me either. Damn it! Damn it, elephant! Oh, as Pop would say, hold on, let me get his hat. We'll do a tribute. I mean, if you say so. Not that kind, you hell is the matter with you? That got me to thinking about like energy and connection and what you feed energy into grows, what you believe is what you see, karmic balance and trusting the process, like just all of this stuff flooded in. And I thought about like the journey to the trip financially. And I worked really hard. And then all of a sudden, just when things started to look okay, I was challenged with the buy the cast a drink challenge. That's what the meditation was. Take them all out and buy everyone the first round. Okay, and I tried so many times to talk myself out of it along the way, and it just kept coming back like, I'm telling you, do this. Okay? And that went weird because for a while it didn't seem like it was going to happen, and then I called it. I was like, let's just do this day, this night. Some people came, some people didn't, but everyone that was there, I offered them all a drink. A couple did not take it, but a couple had brought some friends, so it seemed rude to me to buy everyone else a drink and not. So I just bought a round, figuring that was it, and I told the rest of the cast I owed them a drink, and then like a week later, everybody was going out again. So I went, and again, some people brought some guests, and I bought the first round. I followed the instructions I was given, and that made my life kind of tight. That made things a little rough, and I can't tell you how many times afterwards I was like, we did what now? Yet, as we were coming into the final stretch of going on the trip, and I was short X amount of dollars and trying to figure out my weekend stressing because I was going to work like 10 days in a row pushing to try to, well, we'll say 7 because I was towards the end of the week, but about 3 days into the process. But so 7 more days in a row. And all of a sudden, everything I was short plus $100, and all I had to do was do what I do. Live my life and do what I do. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow shall take care of itself. The Father knows what you need and when you need it. But sometimes we're asked to challenge ourselves along the way. Like, that was a tough call to make to do those 2 investments in drinks, and it seemed kind of like reckless, irresponsible, self-damaging, right? But what if doing that, following the meditation and the prayer and the whispers, and what if doing that was like a test to see if I could trust the process, but it was also the key to unlocking, what if I hadn't done it? I believe things like this because I had a day where I made an observation. I was in Philadelphia for work. I was doing some gigs, some retail merchandising gigs, and it was early in my day. It was like I had just gotten out of the car. And as I was walking down the street, a woman came out of nowhere, approached me, asking for some money. And I'm not one to generally say no. If I have something on me, I will give. So I had some cash, and I gave her some cash, and I left myself $2. And she asked if there was any more. And I said, well, I have the $2 left, but I want to leave. And it was an awkward moment. I could feel it deep in my soul. I'm telling you, like my spider senses were going off. Something was happening. They had started going off the moment she appeared. I was like, this is divine. Hello. Hi. And so we had this exchange, and I said about the $2, and she said, I understand, that's fine. And she walked away, and I went in and I did my job. Now, I had a whole list of work scheduled. I was supposed to make like $250 that day. That's the work I had scheduled. This was my first job. I went in, I did the job, and I came out feeling all kind of good. Like, I was going to have a good day. I just had that moment, though. Maybe I should have given her the $2, I thought. And I continued down the street, only to discover that my car was gone. Gone. Not a trace, not an idea. I didn't know if it was stolen or towed. It was towed. And so all in all, what happened that day is not only did I not make the $250, but I went like $300 into debt trying to get my car out of the impound, as well as taxi fare to get across the city to get it. And I've often had to step back and think to myself, what if I had just given the $2? Things that make you go, Nonetheless, that's all what brought me to lines. I just gave you, skip back before Philadelphia, to starting over, getting ready for the trip, the drinks. They all seem like fairly disconnected, unrelated points in time. Yet, when you step back and look at them the way I described, they become points in a line. From starting over to the realization of, do not worry about tomorrow. Follow the flow. Trust the process. Listen to the inspiration, the intuition, and the whispers. Lines. Our whole life is lines. We think that we are the line. That's how we perceive our lives. Birth, death, line. The thing is, though that's somewhat true, within that line, there are so many other lines. And the older you get, the more you become aware of some of them. There's the family line, the friend line, the school line, the work line, the financing line, the health line. There's just all of these lines, these pieces that make up you, like a cable. They're all kind of intertwined, and so it's not necessarily just one straight line. It's a group of lines that are kind of straight, because within each of those lines, for instance, health. The older you get and the more shit falls apart, the more you realize that health is actually divided up into all these little lines. Just my therapy from the stroke was divided into 2 lines. There was physical therapy and occupational therapy. 2 separate lines creating the same line. As Pop would have said, his head was too small. That's not what he would have said. As Pop would have said, what you don't do to make a buck. I mean, I'm not actually making any bucks, but you get the point. I'm the one with the beer. I get a bum rap, dude. Has anyone seen this freak? Oh, shit. All right, well, go back. Gotta clip this in where it belongs. Son of a bitch. There's a reason we write a script, dude. Try to follow it, actors.